Now, Commitment 2016, a legal battle in North Carolina, is throwing Tuesday's primary into confusion. The state's congressional districts are being redrawn. WYFF News 4's Patrick Hushin live in Asheville with more on what voters need to know.
Nigel, I'm surrounded by campaign signs in downtown Asheville here. Various races happening here. We're just outside of one of the polling booths, or polling places rather. But as far as the congressional districts go, there are 13 in the entire state of North Carolina. 11 of them may be losing their identity literally. Now on Tuesday, when people show up here to vote, a vote for a congressional candidate in one of those districts that's being changed simply won't count. All of this stems from a 5-year-old case by which the challengers said black voters were strategically put into congressional districts to weaken their influence throughout the rest of the state. This current map was approved back in 2011 by President Obama's Department of Justice. Yet in February of this year, 3 federal judges sided with the plaintiffs, saying the district lines need to be redrawn and they need to be redrawn fast because of the upcoming primary.
We want to draw the line so that there is just as much of a chance for a minority candidate to be elected as a white candidate to be elected. You don't do it by computer, you do it by what is happening on the ground. And I think that's where this particular piece of line drawing missed the mark.
Republican Representative David Lewis oversaw the proposed redistricting. He said, "We are disappointed in the federal court's decision because there is so much uncertainty on whether the primary election already underway can continue." 2 districts are being looked at specifically. The first district is large and reaches and stretches down into various spots throughout East North Carolina. The 12th district is the snake-like shape that essentially follows I-85 from Charlotte to Greensboro. The redistricting committee redrew lines over 2 weeks, and this is what they proposed. The committee says this should stand up in court because it is, quote, fair and legal. However, there is a state primary on Tuesday, March 15th. In Raleigh, the State Board of Elections had already printed the tens of thousands of ballots with 46 congressional candidates listed, but now some of those candidates may be losing their district and more candidates can now join the race. So the Board of Elections had no choice but to have March 15th voters come back to the polls again once the district lines are set. And that proposed date will be June 7th. The federal judges that asked the legislators to redraw the map still need to approve the new version. If they do not, the judges will redistrict the state themselves, and that decision is expected in a couple of weeks. Okay, now despite all of these changes and no matter what the outcome is, this Tuesday, the State Board of Elections for North Carolina wants to remind North Carolinians, when you show up at the polls on Tuesday, it's good to fill out the entire ballot. No matter what, if your congressional candidate does not get counted, fill it out anyways. They say that will avoid any confusion. We're live in Asheville. Patrick Hushin, WYFF News 4.